Hello again, guys. You guys hear me all right? Well, like, yeah, can you guys hear me? Okay. Well, vampire, when people send in a request and it's a good idea, I do it. How are you guys doing today? Okay. I'm doing all right, Jackie. I'm all right. How's your day going? You got your count back, Zach? How did it get taken down? What what did I think of Rising Tides? I was thinking about doing a video about that. I like it, but I will say the Leviathan fight is the worst fight, the hardest fight in the whole in the game. Period. I mean, I'm not sure if the developers promised us that the boss fights would be hard, but like because I think my biggest complaint with 16 was I thought the gameplay was way too easy. There wasn't really much of a challenge factor. And then you took on Omega and Echoes of the Fallen, and that was a challenging fight. That was the kind of challenge I was looking for. But my God, the Leviathan fight is really hard. Fairly hard. It needs to get nerfed. I died like at least 20 times over the course of maybe 2 hours. There's this one section that's really, 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 really hard. They gotta nerf that. And it's the kind of DLC that I've played it once. I got all the additions that it gave you in terms of new icons, new powers, new abilities, new level ups, but I never want to play it again. It was that frustrating. So if you're looking for a challenge in Final Fantasy 16, they gave it to us. uh, I don't know. Blood pressure should be all right. Got medication right here, so I'm doing all right. Not stressed out. And Jackie, you got new medicine for your doctor. I hope it's nothing too serious. Who do I think is the best melee fighter in Marvel? I don't know. I don't know enough characters in Marvel to come up with an idea. I'm currently making my own version of the Chicago typewriter. What do you mean making your own? What do you mean? Someone gave me a Sega Genesis Mini. Nice. How can someone be? Oh, that's nice of them. That's good. I hope you have fun with it. I know it comes with a lot of games. Cerberus, you seem new. I haven't seen that name before, so I'm guessing you're new. So welcome. Just so you know. Oh no, this is Vengeance. Oh, okay. You just changed your name. I thought you were someone new. And you have your reason. Okay, well, you don't have to share with us. Zach, you had some issues relating to a clip about Samara from Mass Effect, mainly her killing the Merc during the intro cutscene. And I didn't mind. It didn't bother me. Hey, what's up, Drew? How are you doing? Top 10 limit breaks and overdrives. That really, to be fair, I don't think I could do a video like that. Because to be fair, all of them would be. Most of them would probably be in 16. I mean, technically, all those special abilities would count as limit breaks, and you have access to like close to 24 limit breaks. So, and they're all powerful, they're all visually impressive. So, yeah, I don't think a limit break video would work. Yes, yes, Vamp, I did see your comment. You can feel free. Still call me Vengeance. It's easier if I just say the name it says. It's easier unless I know someone personally. I just call from what I see. I hope that it doesn't bother you. I still think a friend to Samara is a slightly less stupid Jedi given what her order is. I don't know. You can't really. These sorry are put it like this. The sorry are much more formulated depending on which Jedi you're talking about because the Jedi of the Twilight period were really stupid and arrogant. So I think you have to be very specific as for which period of the Jedi you're talking about. What's up, Winter Ghost? And how's my day? My day went all right. I just filmed a couple videos, uploaded them today. Uh, Still trying to figure out how to upload more quality content because I thought. Hmm, oh boy, what's that popping? Oh no, it's just sorry. So Clone Wars era is different from Luke's order. Yes, very much. Oh, there's a massive difference. But there's several periods throughout the Jedi Order, so you have to be specific. So apparently Disney is making a Kingdom Hearts adaptation. I hope the rumors are not true. What do you mean Kingdom Hearts adaptation? What do you mean? Like a movie, an animated show? Because I'll be honest, I'm done with Kingdom Hearts. I'm done. I'll stick to just the few first number of games and that'll be about it. I actually had a conversation with someone on one of my Kingdom Hearts videos, and I thought it was crazy. I was like, "Here's the problem with the Kingdom Hearts storyline. How many people like I've it's like it's kind of crazy that as the farther you go throughout the franchise, the storyline, you start understanding less and less about the games you really loved. And once that started happening, I was just like, I gotta stop right now. Like when I'm playing these games, you're starting to ruin my understanding of what happened in these earlier games that were really, really good. I don't need to go forward. Haven't the Jedi been around for like a millennia? Oh, they've been around for a long time, so you just have to pick specific areas. We don't know if it's a movie or a show. I hope it's none. Did I hear about Transformers 1? I heard about it, but I didn't see it. I just heard that it's like some animated movie that they're releasing in theaters. Kind of like similar to like the Clone Wars animated show that they released in movie in 2008, so I didn't feel the need to check it out. And no, I'm not making a real gun, I'm making a poster board. Oh, so that tells me you are rather skilled in carpentry. Okay, with with your hands. That's pretty good. What do I think of the Curious Gate in 16 personally? Even though I think it's a knockoff, that is pretty much what it is. But I haven't played through a lot of it. I just played through like the first circle, and then when I have more time, I'll maybe I'll play through it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that'll be the mystery game or something. Who knows? Who knows? I actually recall Disney wanted to make Kingdom Hearts movie years ago, but never got off the ground. I think that would have been a disaster because wouldn't they need Square? I mean, that's the problem with modern Kingdom Hearts is that they stripped out all the Final Fantasy stuff. So, like, if you rip that stuff out, I wouldn't even be interested in because you've removed like half the concept of Kingdom Hearts. So it wouldn't even feel like Kingdom Hearts anymore. Yeah, Sega Genesis, it doesn't have Sonic 3. No, that's unfortunate. You know, but heck, my brother was the Sonic person. I was the Mario person. So, yeah. You don't trust modern Disney to touch Kingdom Hearts. I don't trust modern Disney with anything. I don't trust them with anything. They just don't know what they're doing. No question about Final Fantasy 15. There is no question about Final Fantasy 15. There is no question. Yeah, I don't see it. Favorite Mario boss? Well, Well, there's only one boss we're talking about, and that's Bowser. So that's the only. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the only boss we're talking about, really. And to do that, despite Disney being high budget company, fans can make a better fan film. Yeah, yeah, they certainly can. I've seen better fan made projects than the hundreds of millions of dollars that Disney just has no problem flushing down the toilet. No, 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 it's okay. I'm trying to find quality idea videos. That's why. Like, I'm really trying to hit my subscriber goal this year. And it looks like we might have had a little bit of a boost, so I don't know. It's kind of quality over quantity. You're an artist, not a carpenter, and the poster boards I'm using are basically colored thick paper. Okay. Well, maybe when you're done with your project, you can, shoot me over a couple pictures on Instagram or Twitter. I'd like to check it out. How about top 10 levels in Cybertron games? No, no. No, the thing is, we need to. I'm trying to come up with ideas that people would be looking for. I mean, I don't have a big enough following. I don't have a big enough. Well, Vamp, if you had a question, type it here because, like, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's like, I mean, these are nice ideas, but I'd like ideas that people would be interested in looking for, not like less than 10 people. It still bothers me to this day how I have over 87,000 subscribers, yet I struggle to get 100 views. There's some kind of algorithm wall that's blocking me somehow. And yet, only when I talked about something controversial did I seem to get any real attention. Like right now, I was thinking about doing a discussion video, just talking about my enjoyment of Stellar Blade, the demo, and how the game is coming out in like a couple of days, and how I feel like it has to be my game of the year. What would I rate? What would I rate Final Fantasy 15? I think I gave that game like an 8 or B. Pretty sure. I felt like it. I felt after what happened with the prior games, I felt like, at least for me, it put Final Fantasy back in a good place. And then 16 kind of built off that because I didn't play the remakes, the so-called remakes of 7. I'm staying away from those games, so those games don't exist. So if I just focus on going from 15 to 16, I'd be like, yeah, 15 put Final Fantasy back in my good graces, and 16 built on top of that. So I'm good with it now. Maybe the bot is noticing a keyword. You usually post your art on DeviantArt? Oh, okay. Alright, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe you can send me a link. I remember you said you might do a video talking about how YouTube is attracted to negativity or something like that. That might be a good topic. Maybe I'll do that. That might be a good idea because even I'm trying to figure it out. Kefka is a better villain than Sephiroth? I agree. I agree. I think Sephiroth is a bit overrated. Vamp, the United States is way too sensitive now. I mean, that is a key reason why I have so much respect for Japanese game developers because they don't give a shit about our pussified sensitive selves here in the West being all woken and sensitive and needing to be all exclusive and all this stupid stuff. Just make a goddamn good game. I don't care about I don't care about that. I never asked for that. I don't care about that. Just make a good game. Well, I prefer Squall or Noctis. Probably Noctis. I think Squall's a little too depressing until he gets to the end. But yeah, I think Noctis is a little bit more interesting. But it somehow allows death threats on your videos. Yeah, I take those down immediately. If I get one of those, I just delete them. So I don't know. YouTube chooses what it posts and doesn't post. Who's better, Cloud or Squall? Cloud. Nowadays, it is mainly the controversial topics. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just pick top five. Like, I come up with 5 controversial ideas, and then I'll just do them. I'll film them and do them back to back and upload them, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, that might be a good experiment for next week. Just 3 that I think are controversial takes, and see what happens. Noctis or Clive? Oh, Clive, hands down. Easily. I actually thought about doing a versus matchup idea, or a versus short, while putting Clive against Sephiroth, and I'm pretty sure he would absolutely dominate Sephiroth. I'm like, which is a crazy idea, but yeah, I very much think Clive could do it. Why can't people let fiction be fiction and let people have their fun? Because sensitive people like that want everyone to suffer. They just can't accept other people's differences. They think their way is the right way. Because Japanese game developers care about art, not trends. That is a very good quote. You should put that on a t-shirt. That's exactly why I love Japanese games. Titus or Prompto? Titus. Titus, I go him. Talk about why you don't like Resident Evil Remake. I don't like it because they change way too much. The combat system is too fast and it feels more action orientated. The changes to the characters, the changes to the story. It doesn't feel like Resident Evil 4. They might as well just called it Resident Evil 9 and you wouldn't know the difference. I don't like the change. And you're remaking a game that for me was already perfect to begin with. This game practically revolutionized the third-person cover-based shooter style. It revolutionized it, and we still use the style today. Yeah, other games after it made improvements on it, but it set the standard, and you felt like remaking a game that didn't need a remake, in my opinion. And once I played the demo of it, I knew I was going to hate it. And heck, I've been kind of despising these remakes as we got along. I thought Resident Evil 2 remake was great. We were remaking games of the older style. Why would you want to remake the game that started the style in the first place? I hated that. I'm not interested. I'm aware that people like the remake of 4, and that's perfectly fine. But I was just like, look, I don't need to play a remake of a game that was already perfect the way it is. Once you start making those changes, then you take away everything that made it perfect to begin with. And I think I said this last week. If I were to play that game in its entirety and rank it, I probably would have given that a 4 or a 5. And to go from being a 10 out of 10 perfect game, being my 5th favorite video game of all time, to getting a score like a 4 and a 5 is a massive downgrade and a serious waste of my time. So who do you think is more powerful, Cora from Andromeda or Miranda? Oof. I'm leaning more towards Cora because we've never actually seen Miranda do anything OP in terms of powers. Plus, I would say Cora may have better training and better experience. Maybe. That's tough because Miranda was on a suicide mission, so that gives her a lot of experience. But I'm leaning a little bit more towards Cora. So I hear you might get That is... Okay. Are you serious, Zach? You're telling me you might get a Resident Evil 1 remake instead of a Resident Evil 5 remake? Are you serious? Didn't we already remake Resident Evil 1? So they're making a remake of a remake. That is stupid. That is stupid. They already remade 1. And now they're going to remake it again. If you wanted to play the remake of 1, just play the Desperate Nightmares DLC in Resident Evil 5. That entire first section is the mansion. Almost an identical replica, almost. Remakes are just nostalgia bait nowadays. I agree. Now they're just remaking games that are popular and will make money, not games that felt like they were limited at their time and could use improvements. By the way, if Ashley was underage and she asked Leon for overtime, it still wouldn't make Leon a pedo because he said no. I'm just saying. I know. Relax. We were just having fun. Exactly. Resident Evil Remake is an unnecessary downgrade. Exactly. It exists because of money. Yeah, well, that just makes them. I mean, I don't know. Wasn't there like a? I don't know. There was like a quote that Garth said in Wayne's World, where he says something. It's like something on the lines of, sometimes people just do things just because they get paid, and that's just really sad. It's like no respect. It's like if it makes money, they don't care. They don't care if it insults people. It's about money, and that's what the gaming industry is. It's not about being entertaining. It's about making money, and they just take the cheap way out. Instead of creating something new and making money off stuff, they'll just take something that they know people will love, remake it, change it, woke it up, or make unnecessary changes, repackage it, resell it, and make a lot of easy money because it's guaranteed. And that's just cheap, because that just shows me that you guys have no imagination, or you have no good ideas. When you have to keep going back to and changing the past, your future's screwed. Yeah, don't fix it isn't broken. I agree. Would I consider Dead Space remake a perfect remake? Yes. It's one of the few times where I think they made it better. They made it better in a narrative sense, in an atmosphere sense. Gameplay wise, it was the same. It was the exact same. It was crazy how similar it was. Like they literally did not change anything. They expanded it, but they didn't change anything. That's one thing I admire. Final Fantasy Remake changed it to it's a completely different game. Resident Evil Remake changed it so much that it felt like a completely different game. Dead Space didn't do that. Like you could literally put these games side to side, and it's like it's almost the exact same game. Resident Evil Remake is a game I sometimes like. Hey, that's fine. If you like it vamp, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. Which Final Fantasy combat system, turn-based? Final Fantasy 10 turn-based. I like real time. I like it, but turn-based all day and night. I mean, Miranda worked for Cerberus since she was a teenager. I appreciate that, but you can't underestimate how difficult it would be for a human to be part of an elite Asari Huntress unit. That is exceedingly rare in Mass Effect. That means that you are so dangerous that we can't even trust you with other humans, so we need to fit you with a team of Asari. And for a human to keep up with Asari Huntresses, that's an elite level. Waste of time is a perfect because that's how I felt about after finishing Resident Evil 4 Remake. Hey! That's why I didn't play it. You hope Devil May Cry 3 doesn't get the same treatment. Oh, good. Oh, don't even get me started. No. Oh, no. The only Devil May Cry I think you could remake is maybe the first two. First two. Leave 3 alone, leave 4 alone, leave 5 alone. Or just give us Devil May Cry 6 at this point. Because it's been way too long. I mean, when the hell did Devil May Cry 3 come out? I'm curious. Devil May Cry 5 release date. When did that come out? It came out 5 years ago, which is crazy. Like,
Devil May Cry 5 was released for PlayStation 4, Windows, and Xbox One on the 8th of March 2019.
Good God, that game is 5 years old? Jeez, that went by fast. Didn't they re-release? Yes. If they re-release it or remaster it, I'm fine with that. If they want to update the graphics or make it a little bit smoother, I'm fine with that. Something that generally irritates me is when I see people in the comment section begging for remakes of games they don't even need one. I know the subjective one, but it still annoys me. I agree. That's why I'm not playing this Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I mean, you're gonna go after my all-time favorite video game of all time. It seems like it's crazy. Like all the games on my all-time favorite list are being remade. I was like, oh dear God, I hope they leave 10 alone. Please leave 10 alone. Oh my God, 7 hurts. 7 hurts. A remake of 10 might give me a real heart attack. Like, if you're gonna remake Final Fantasy, why don't you remake some of the 8-bit and 16-bit games? Those are the ones that need remakes. I would absolutely support remakes for those games. Those are the games that came out before my time. I also dislike the Resident Evil 4 remake. It's a love-hate. I think Vincent's coolest looking Transformer is Hellmask looks like Jason Voorhees. I'm not too familiar with that. Knowing Capcom, I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same thing to DMC games. I pray they don't. Can we just get... Yeah, I mean, just give us Devil May Cry 6. I would love a Final Fantasy 6 remake also. I would just tone down the cast. My biggest complaint with 6 is it has too many characters. I could get rid of... I would get rid of, like, 2 or 4 characters. There's 6. You have a party of 16 characters. Let's drop this down to maybe 12. I would like a remake of 6, but not in the style of Resident Evil. Yeah, I agree. You don't need that style. Hi Brian, what is my overall feelings on WrestleMania? Did I like it? Yeah, I thought it was fine. No, I saw it on Peacock, and it was fine. It was fine. As long as they don't ruin Kefka. They'll ruin him, all right. They'll ruin him. That's why don't touch him. Don't remake it. They're gonna ruin him. Of course they are. They're gonna remake him. They're gonna make him like, I don't know, some sort of homosexual trans clown guy or something. I don't know. And I was like, that's not him. And they're gonna throw in all kinds of stupid pronouns that make no damn sense. Kefka's the best thing in Final Fantasy 6 in my opinion. Totally respectful. Will I freak out if they... Yes, Cerberus, I told you. I will have a heart attack if they announce that. Why remake 10? Why not remake 8? Remake 9? Remake the older ones. Don't touch 10. Just don't touch it. Yeah, the Type 0 problem. Everyone's fighting on the screen. Yeah, we don't need that. There's sand in my boot, says Kefka in the middle of the desert. Yeah, I know. He has a lot of funny lines. Yeah. He's got a lot of funny lines. Why would I like a Final Fantasy 6 remake if you know they're going to ruin Kefka? I'm saying I would be okay with that. I'm sure they would ruin it, but I'm saying I would be more open for them ruining 6 because I hold 10 and 10 has a higher place on my list than 6. So it would be painful, but I would rather take the pain of a remake of 6 than a remake of 10. That's why. Like, if I didn't have a choice in the matter. I know you said this before, but I'm surprised Final Fantasy X is my second favorite video game of all time because you make it sound like you love the game more than anything. It's very, very close. It's kind of like if Metal Gear Solid and Final Fantasy went toe-to-toe and they went 11 rounds in a match. Metal Gear would get 6 rounds. Final Fantasy would get 5 rounds, and they'd be good rounds. It's just like, oh, I like the music more in 10, but I like the gameplay better in 3. But I like the cast better in 10. But I like the ending in 3. Or I like this in 10. I like this better in Metal Gear. It would go back and forth. It's like, that's why it's really close. But like, Metal Gear manages to get the edge because of its story. The edge. It's very close. What's the most negative thing you can say about each Metal Gear Solid game? I guess the most negative thing that I can say is that the story can sometimes... It takes a lot of work to figure out Metal Gear. Sometimes more than most people are willing to. It's like a Nolan film. Nolan films are not simple. They are very well thought out, but sometimes, even in some cases, Nolan might be a little bit ambitious, and even Hideo Kojima has admitted this. It's like, he has all these really great ideas, but he sometimes can't figure out how to tone them down to the point where they're interesting enough to satisfy him, but not so not so confusing that the average person can't get into it. So something like Death Stranding. I'm sure Hideo Kojima loves the story for Death Stranding, but even for someone like me, I felt like Death Stranding needed to be dumbed down a bit so that I fully understand it. Like even now, I think I understand maybe 70% of that game's story. I'm sure Hideo Kojima understands it entirely, but maybe even he might overthink things to the point where it starts confusing him. And even he has admitted this, that even sometimes he doesn't fully understand Metal Gear, even though he wrote it. So as he was writing the story, he started kind of confusing himself because he has to go back to things that he said 3 or 4 years ago and try to make that connect. It's like he wants to make this grand story when it's like maybe toning it down would be better. You still need to play more Final Fantasy X. Go right to it. Found a goofy video. Vader versus Buddy the Elf. Okay. So, how skilled is Sheva in Resident Evil 5 compared to the other Resident Evil characters? Well, she's probably on par with them if she can keep up with Chris. And probably is a little bit more skilled in some departments than Chris in some senses. Because Sheva held her own. She was not like a weight that slowed Chris down. She very much held her own. That's how I feel at Resident Evil 4 and Sonic Unleashed. Not the biggest Metal Gear Solid player, but if I understand Kingdom Hearts, I can understand. I question if you really understand Kingdom Hearts because I don't anymore. Like, that is a franchise meant for children. How the hell is a child gonna understand Kingdom Hearts? Understand in air quotes. Understand. So you have a general idea of what you think Kingdom Hearts is all about. That's understandable. It's I can respect that. You guys got anything else? Would you say Metal Gear Solid 1 on PlayStation 1 has a boss rush mode, feeling like it's there, it isn't really that long between the bosses that we have to fight? I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware of that. I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I played Metal Gear Solid 1. You're thinking of questions? That's understandable. When was the last time I watched a full episode of Raw vs. SmackDown? Very long time ago. I don't watch. God, I can't remember. Maybe 15 years ago. Like, I don't actually watch TV anymore. Like with YouTube, you don't have to watch a full episode anymore. You can just watch clips. And that's how I see Monday Raw versus. That's how I see SmackDown and Raw. It's like I'll just watch the quick minute clips and just get the general idea of what happened. But like actual sit down and watch full episode, no. You think Core could survive a run with the Collectors? Oh sure. You put her with the right team, yeah. You have the right team around, you can survive anything. There's not a nice way to say it. Nomura was on some serious grass when he wrote some of Kingdom Hearts. You're probably right. You also don't like Salazar in the remake. I feel like they removed the childlike prankster. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, the changes they made to the characters, like, it was so depressing. Everyone was so boring and depressive, and I miss the cheesiness. And some people said, "Well, that's not accurate to Leon's character in Resident Evil 2." It's like, look, as someone who didn't play the first Resident Evil 2 game, I don't know. My introduction was in 4. So that's the Leon I fell in love with. What's the one thing you would like to add or change in Final Fantasy 16? I'd prefer to add a means to the mechanics that allows you to switch party members at your disposal. What do you mean switch party members? What do you mean? You don't have to switch party members because it's done automatically. And so by the end, you have like a full party. I think something you could add, but might make the game a little bit harder, is you actually make it so you have to worry about your teammates. Because they're just there for support. Like, they can't get hurt. They can't die. They're just there for support. And that's unusual. Because if you're playing a JRPG, you want to worry about all your teammates. Like, if they're just there, just taking hits or doing a little damage on the side, I mean, that kind of removes some of the suspense. How would I feel Yeah, same thing. I just watch parts of it on my phone while I'm at work. I hate to say this, but Resident Evil 5 Remake was the last great Resident Evil game. Heck, understandable. I mean, you can go with the Revelation games. Those are alright. I love a good part of 6. It's not for everyone, but I don't mind. Who is better written, Clive or Noctis? Oh, Clive. Yeah, better written. No question. 16 is just an overall better game in like every way. I would say every way you can think of. I think 16 is a much big improvement over 15. Can I remember what the hardest battle was in a Pokemon game? Does Wendy count? With that stupid cow? Ugh. That stinking cow. That was hard. Trick question, but who's written better? Cloud or Titus? That's not a trick question. Which Cloud are we talking about? Are we talking classic Cloud or this bullshit remake Cloud? Because those are two very different characters. So give me an update. Classic Cloud or remake Cloud? Let me know, and then I can give you an answer. I have a friend who likes Resident Evil 6, and people were insulting him because of that. Heck, I like Resident Evil 6. I don't like. I mean, there's certain campaigns I like a lot more than others, but like, I would say overall, I think it's a good game. Not a fan of the Chris campaign. That's way too much action. Leon's campaign is the best. Ada's campaign is good. Jake and Sherry's campaign is good. Just, I don't really like Chris's. That's way too much action. That's might as well just be a third-person shooter. Some of the games that came after 5 were good, but they just don't compare. Yeah, that makes sense. Heard a rumor that Disney is making a Pirates. Oh, dear God. Yeah, I heard that. Anne Bonny, and they want to. And she's a redhead. Anne Bonny was originally a redhead. She's an Irish redhead, and they want to cast a black woman. What is it with Hollywood and recasting redheads as black people? Which is weird because I find redheads the most attractive women on this planet. I mean, my double desk screen layout has a redhead on it. Like you can't really see on my glasses, but like my double screen has a redhead on there, and she's hot, and I know her pretty well, very well, I should say. But this is a trend. It's frustrating. But I don't know. These new pirate movies, I'm not interested. No Jack Sparrow, you don't get my money. Classic Cloud. Okay, if we're dealing with Classic Cloud, then I would give Classic Cloud the advantage. But Titus is a good written character too. So, not to take anything away from him, it's just Cloud's the best character in his party, while Titus is surrounded by a much better cast of characters, and they're all developed very, very well. I don't think the 7 cast is developed nearly as well as the 10 cast. So that's why I would give Cloud the advantage, because He's clearly the best character and the only really good character that's developed even in the classic 7. I know you thought Kingdom Hearts 3 was a disappointment, but did you have a favorite Disney World in that game? No. No, I did not. I can't even remember what worlds they had. You don't like 7 or 8? I didn't play 7. I thought 8 was okay. Once the golden version came out. What's my opinion on the new X-Men series? I'm not watching that. Disney is not getting my money. So I will not watch that. I'm staying away from that. I heard some people like it, and that's good. I'm not watching that. Yeah, Chris in RE Village had some questionable reasons for his stuff. Oh god, it's even dumber than I thought. What's dumber? Oh, yeah. Who's better, Dante or Virgil? I like Virgil more. I know Dante's the main character, but heck, I'm a big Virgil fan. Big time. I like Virgil more. How many times have I played Resident Evil? I've played that game 3 times. I don't remember anything about it. It's the most forgettable game I've ever played. And the last time I played it, I was doing research on a versus matchup. So, maybe 5 or 6, 7 years ago, I would say. Who would I rather have? Cole's good or evil powers or Alex's Mercer's powers? Oh, Cole's. No, yeah, Cole's. Cole's good powers. I'm staying away from Alex Mercer. I am staying away from that. No, thank you. Oh my god, I love her. Is Final Fantasy IX being forgettable the most controversial thing I've ever said? Probably not. I doubt it. I've said worse things. I think the Last of Us comment was more controversial than, because I don't see many people talk about 9. I don't understand. 9 did not sell well. I mean, do people realize that Damnation 13 sold twice as much as 9? Like, if you take that whole period from 7, 8, 9, and 10, you take that entire era, 9 sold the least. So I'm not alone in saying that 9 is kind of forgettable because it didn't sell anywhere near as much as 7, 8, and 10. So I'm not out of line at saying that I think it's forgettable. I'm not out of line. You like Titus? I like Titus. Everyone loves 9. Who loves 9? Who loves 9? Well, apparently not enough because not a lot of people bought 9. If I could choose any Delsin absorption power, which would it be? Probably video. And everyone hates 13. Well, there's some crackheads that I'm sure like 13, and that's fine. Oh shit, I forgot the game's on. Okay, good, we're up. We better be up. Brawl fan 1 loves 9. Heck, I don't know who the hell that is, but I'm happy for him. So were you surprised by the amount of people who were offended? No, I was not. Because I think it's like the prequels for Star Wars. It's like, I'm sure most people don't mind the prequels, but like the people who hate it were the loudest. I'm just saying. I actually haven't gotten that much hate from 9 fans. I'll be fair. Not that many. Maybe many years ago, but not anymore. I didn't say anything bad about 9, Vamp. I never said anything bad. All I said was it was forgettable. You cannot play a game 3 times and then completely... Dude, I spent a month doing research on 3 characters. I did 3 videos on 9. Researching 3 characters. In the minute I was done, I completely forgot everything about that. I forgot everything about those games. All my research. Every time I go back and rewatch my videos on those 3 characters, I have no idea what I'm talking about. When I wrote the scripts for these characters, and even I don't know what I'm talking about. What I am saying doesn't make sense to me. That is unique. I'm listening to these videos, I have no idea. What I'm saying does not make sense to me. It may have made sense to me in that moment, but the second I was done with those games, the second I was done with those characters, I completely forgot all of that. Calling IG out for saying you're racist is probably the most controversial thing I've done. That wasn't really controversial because I was telling the truth. Because what they were saying was stupid. If anything, they're the controversial ones. What if you got a job at Mercury Stream? I don't know what that is. You like 9? Hey, I'm glad you like 9, Jackie boy. I'm glad you like 9. I feel like I would be one of those crackheads, but that's why I probably won't play it. Well, stay away from the crack. I don't blame you. I also have a game everyone loves that I'm not a fan of. Hey, it's perfectly understandable. Perfectly understandable. Everyone's going to have a different taste in games. There's nothing wrong with that. Interesting. Mercury Stream developed the Castlevania Lords of Shadows trilogy and Metroid Dread. Okay. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by, Jackie boy. See you next week. I do respect you for liking Final Fantasy 8. Heck, I like 8. I like 8. Some people don't understand the story, and that's perfectly understandable, but I figured it out enough. I understood what was going on. If I were to make my own Final Fantasy game, which genre would I? Science fiction or fantasy? Probably fantasy. You hear about Death Battle coming to an end? I haven't watched Death Battle in like 2 or 3 years. I don't know what they're doing. If they're ending Death Battle, that's fine. I stopped watching it years ago. I stopped watching it a long time ago. So I don't know what they've done in the last couple years. For information, I have to watch Go-Go Sentai. Okay. Alright, I hope you have fun with it. Have you gotten attacked for not liking the other games? Not as much. I just don't talk about them. If I don't talk about them, then there's no need to attack. Last of Us, that video is unlisted. But as long as I don't talk about it, there's no need to come at me. I just said, heck, we won't talk about it. We won't talk about it. That's all I need to say. I was asking if you had watched. Oh, no, I had not. No, I have not. I have not watched that. I'm not sure what that is. If you could be a conduit from Infamous, which power would I want to be? Coles. Easy. Coles. Power Rangers Overdrive. I haven't watched, dude. I haven't watched or enjoyed a recent season of Power Rangers in a very, very long time. I stopped after SPD, and then every season afterwards is vague. Did Infamous go downhill? No. Why? I don't think it went downhill. What made you think that? It had 3 successful games and 2 successful DLC games. What's to go downhill? Sucker Punch wanted to move on to Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think it... Why would you think it went downhill? Second Son was fun. I don't understand that. What would make you think it went downhill? What was the Versus Series matchup that caused me to get into an argument with someone? Well, I get an argument with everyone. It's not really an argument, it's like a debate. So all of them, because you're gonna, you're gonna meet someone in the comments that disagrees with you, and then you debate with them in the comment section. But that's the fun part. So I can't recall any one matchup because I get into debates, not arguments, with in every matchup I did. Even now, it's rare I'll get like a long comment, but like every matchup I ever did, I got into a debate with someone else. That's the point. That's what you're looking for. You don't want just people just to agree. I mean, that's the fun part about a debate. You would like to see Dawson fight zombies? I don't think you would have a problem with zombies. Do you think Sasha from Infamous could beat Nyx and Fetch? I already did a video. Wait, Sasha. Infamous. Nyx and maybe. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Vamp. Ask away. What? What do you want to? What you want to know? My penis size or something? Knock yourself out. Do you still stand? Yeah. Yes, Cerberus. I stand by every result I ever did. Every result I ever did. I still stand by them. Years later, nothing's changed. I go back every once in a while, look at them. I haven't spoken to that person, and it's not really mad. It's just we don't talk anymore. That was 10 years ago. As far as I know, they're probably dead by now. So, not really mad. It's in the past. I don't think about it anymore. I mean, I hope they're alive and well, but it's not that personal. I mean, if it was over like 10 years ago, then, whatever. This may sound absurd, but if both Cloud and Clive join forces with each other, which any villain do I think could wait, what? If Cloud and Clive join forces with each other, which any villain do I think they could defeat? They probably could beat all of them. Probably. I don't see them losing. I mean, Clive's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting, but I don't see them losing. Gotta go. Your router's acting up. Okay, Marcus, thanks for stopping by. I think we still have like 5 more minutes before we gotta jump onto the mystery stream. What are my thoughts on the Dan Snyder situation? It's horrible. Kind of makes me question my childhood now because I really enjoyed a lot of those Nickelodeon shows, but now it's like I can't even. I guess I can never go back and rewatch them. That sucks. A lot of good memories, but I wish it didn't come at such terrible suffering. What if Clive O'Brien informed Nero that... I don't think that'd be a problem. I think he'd handle it. Am I going to continue doing the Resident Evil 4 streams? No, that's not the point of a mystery stream. A mystery stream it's something different. It's something different every time. So no. It'll be a different game. Good thing I hated Drake and Josh. I like Drake and Josh, but now I can't go back and watch that. Knowing what I know now, can't go back and watch it. I can't go back and watch any of those TV shows. Like the sitcoms, can't watch those. I think some of the cartoon ones I can still watch. Like I can watch Doug. I can watch All Real Monsters. I can watch Rocko's Modern Life. I can watch Rugrats. I can watch Rugrats Grown Up. I can watch Cousin Skeeter. I think Kenan and Kel is safe. I don't think anything crazy happened there. I think that was one of the rare exceptions. I could watch Are You Alone in the Dark? I could watch, Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple and Nickelodeon Arcade and Beetlejuice, like that kind of stuff. I can still watch. So, think Lucy from the first Infamous game would get along? I guess Lucy could. See you at the mystery stream. Thank God Kenan and Kel wasn't made by. Yeah, I heard that was safe. And Josh Peck is a pretty big dork. No comment. No comment here. How do I think Cole would deal with Alex Mercer? He wouldn't. Cole's dead. Cole is dead. I did a whole video about that. Unfortunately, Ren and Stimpy creator was also creepy. Yeah, but I don't know. Creepy, but still fun to watch. Oh, and Rocket Power. Ooh, Rocket Power was a good zone. And Kablam. Do you remember Kablam? And Action Lead Now. What's your favorite cosplay that you've done on your channel? I've never cosplayed. I tried cosplay once, and it was a stupid idea. It was a stupid idea. Put it like this. I've never tried cosplay out in public. I bought one cosplay costume. I tried it on, and then I thought about it, and I thought it was the dumbest idea ever, and I immediately burned it. I destroyed it. I threw it away. I was like, we wasted like $100 to get this cosplay costume, and it's a stupid idea. We never did it. We've never cosplayed. Who did I cosplay as? I tried to cosplay as Sora, but I thought the idea of a black Sora was just stupid. I was just like, what am I thinking? That's a stupid idea. Just stupid. And we got like 1 more minute left. I feel like a black Sora is something we might see in the future. Oh dear God, you're right. That is such a scary idea. I'd try to cosplay as a Khonshu. Yeah, like something like that would be fine. You wore a Joker mask, and that wasn't really a cosplay though. I mean, just because I wear the Joker mask, that's not cosplay if I put a mask on. It was only covering my eyes. It's not cosplay. That would be the equivalent of me putting on like a Jason Voorhees mask. That's not cosplay. Instead of the spikes, he had an afro. Oh, dear God. Okay, we're going to stop. And I will see you guys in 5 minutes on the mystery stream. Maybe you guys will be excited for what I will be streaming this time around. So I'll see you guys about 3 to 5 minutes. So until next week or I'll see you guys in the next 5 minutes. Cosplaying as a character you like is about your enjoyment. Yeah, bro, but I kind of felt like I was doing a disservice to Sora. That's the thing. That's why I think the idea of a black Sora was stupid. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by, bro, at the end, and I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.